number 3, looking for schools. First and primarily, look early. Gosh, I can't tell you how many people don't start looking into schools until their senior year, and I will admit I was one of them, and it was a really bad move. I ended up applying to 3 schools, none of which really had the program that I wanted. It just makes the process all that more difficult if you don't have a variety. I also get a lot of people asking me what schools are better for certain things, be it illustration or ceramics or digital design, just a big variety of things. And I can tell you, yeah, Ringling School of Art and Design in Florida is one of the best animation programs. I could also tell you that Alfred University is the best school for ceramics in the nation. Does that mean, however, that if you want to go into ceramics, you should come to Alfred, or if you want to go into animation, you should go to Ringling? No, that's certainly not what it means. The thing is, schools will be different for everyone. You can say, oh, Alfred's got a great ceramic program, but maybe it's not for everybody. It's a really rural little town. I know my roommate gets frustrated all the time just because she doesn't see that there's a lot to do. She's from Long Island. I'm from Corning. Corning is small. I'm used to it. Long Island is big. She's not. So while you're getting the classes that you want, you might not necessarily be getting the experience that you want. And I know that probably sounds kind of odd because you are going to school for your schooling, obviously, but if you're not comfortable, you're not going to get a lot out of it. So you want to find a location that's best for you. Another thing to look into is your minor. I know a lot of people don't give a lot of thought to their minor, but you don't want to decide on a minor and then be like, oh, it's not offered here. That kind of sucks. That would suck a lot. So don't overlook your minor. Just if you have something in mind, then try to find a school that will accommodate it. If you don't, then it's not that big a deal, but like I said, you just might want to be a little bit careful so you don't end up having to minor in something weird or not having a minor. Another thing to look into, aside from just your major, is also the extracurricular activities you like. If you're really into yearbook, look into the yearbook that the college program has. I really wish I had done that because Alfred's yearbook sucks. If you're in a band, then look into the band. The other thing I know is Alfred's band sucks a lot. So I'm really glad I'm not a band person. However, if you're into horseback riding, then yeah, maybe Alfred's good for you. We've got an awesome equestrian team. We have a lot of classes that will substitute for gym classes, so even if you're simply interested in maybe riding horses, which is another thing I've never been interested in because horses are gross, you could be like, hey, I'm taking a riding class and it's my gym class, so I don't have to go running around and getting sweaty. I let the horse do the work. The other thing is definitely visit a school. I visited all of the schools that I applied to or thought about applying to other than RIT. And so that makes my decision to come to Alfred a little bit more shaky just because I don't know what I could possibly be missing at RIT. You just want to have that nice peace of mind in that knowing, oh, I don't like that location, or oh, their art building sucks. Stuff like that. It just helps to have that secondary information. Another thing when it comes to looking for schools is, do you want to go to a 4-year college or do you want to go to a 2-year college and then transfer? This can go a couple different ways. For example, a lot of people go to a 2-year college because it's cheaper, and that makes a whole lot of sense. You don't have to worry about it so long as your transfers actually transfer correctly. Some people also do it just because maybe they don't know what they want to major in yet, and that's okay too. However, there are a couple of downsides. Again, this relates back to you need to know what the school that you want to go to wants. I will use Alfred as the main example. When I first started looking into the school, my mother and my art teacher suggested that I go to CCC for 2 years and then transfer to Alfred, because CCC does have a very good art program. However, I didn't want to be a transfer student. If I'm in a school, I want to stay in it for 4 years. I don't want to have to jump into a new environment as a junior. That just seems illogical to me. But either way, I knew that it would be cheaper to go to CCC and then come to Alfred. But then, when I visited for the first time, I was talking to the art dean at the time, and he told me, oh, math and science aren't required. No math and science? That makes CCC completely obsolete for me, because had I gone to CCC and taken math and science, those credits wouldn't have even been required, and I would have wasted credits on classes I didn't want to be taking. And then there comes the more drastic problem of people saying, oh, I'll just transfer. I have a friend. Her name is Erica. She is currently in my freshman foundations class. We talk a lot while we're working on our drawings. She's very good. She is a junior. in freshman foundations. The reason being is because she went to her town's community college, got her art education there, did all of her basic training in other classes, and then transferred here. However, Alfred's art program is very specific in the range that they have. And a lot of community colleges don't offer the same caliber of art classes that art schools want you to have. Again, it depends on the school that you're going to. I feel like Alfred University, their take on art is much more akin to a completely art school, which I really enjoy. Any other liberal arts school, you probably aren't going to get that, and they will take your art credits and not make you do freshman classes when you're a junior. However, you really, really want to know what's going on in your school before you make that decision. Because otherwise, what you did to save money is actually wasting you money and time in the long run, because she's going to have to now pay for classes that she thought she already took. So she's paying for credits twice. However, if your school will accept the credits and you need math and science, then yeah, go for a community college if you want to. I mean, I'm not telling you, yes, that's what you need to do, but if you're cool with being a transfer student, then go for it. I know it's cheaper. I mean, I don't really want to be wallowing in debt either.